South Dakota reported an increase in rabies cases in the last year, but an uptick in cases is also being seen across state lines too.
Yeah, for example, the Minnesota Department of Health is hoping to bring more awareness so the public can protect themselves and their animals as well. Parker Brown in studio with our 9 o'clock top story tonight. Parker.
Hey, Brian and Andrea. The Minnesota Department of Health is reporting that statewide rabies cases are the highest they've been in a long time, and specifically with skunks. It's the biggest increase in cases in around 20 years.
Senior epidemiologist Carrie Klum says that in an entire year across the whole state of Minnesota, they usually see between 3 and 5 rabid skunks and 0 to 1 rabid head of cattle.
And so far this year, we've had 12 rabid skunks, 6 rabid cattle. So that's kind of what prompted us to say, okay, I think something unusual is happening this year.
Rabies is most commonly spread from bats or skunks because rabies adjusts to them as hosts.
Animals that we consider to be reservoirs or animals that have a strain of this virus that is adapted to them are skunks and bats. Those are always the animals that are going to have some amount of rabies in their population kind of naturally.
South Dakota counties are dealing with more bats than skunks, but skunks are spreading the virus in the southwest corner of Minnesota at a higher rate. Half of the skunk and cattle cases this year in the state have been reported in the southwest.
We think it could have been from the mild winter, where there's just more interaction with skunks longer into the year, more chances for a skunk that has rabies to bite another skunk and pass it on again. And then when we see more cattle coming down with rabies, that is because we have more skunks with rabies and the skunks are biting the cattle.
While there are more cases, experts don't want to alarm the public. An uptick in cases is expected to occur periodically, and in this case, it's the first uptick in a while. Still, general awareness can go a long way to protect you or your animals from bites, and it serves as a reminder for 2 important things.
We don't need you to be really worried about it. We just want you to know about it. It's a good time to check on the vaccination status of your pets. If they're not current, take them in to get vaccinated. A reminder just to stay away from wildlife.
Now, the Minnesota Department of Health has plenty of resources to help if you have a concern or need questions answered about a bite or a close encounter with a wild animal. You can find links on this story at dakotanewsnow.com, or you can call the number on your screen. That's 651-201-5414. Brian and Andrea.
Parker.